Just a very short session on pensions, but it's definitely worth mentioning because there's huge changes in the Finance Act 2014 for pensions. I think they called it the pensions freedom, actually, is how they felt it was, and the biggest change in pensions since 1921, I read. But all viewed as very positive changes, actually, for individuals. And you don't need to purchase an annuity anymore, so you can take your 25% lump sum, which we all obviously want to do and all obviously will do, that is completely and utterly tax-free, but you can then choose how much you want to draw down against your investment while it remains vested and basically generating a return. And you can say, depends on what you actually need to live on, you could choose to only ever withdraw within your basic rate and only ever pay income tax on your pension at 20% and never even go into the 40 and 45% rates. It does depend on how much income you obviously need to live off. But I think what used to annoy people about the pensions and the way it worked was that you pay tax on the way in to get the pension pot there, and then you pay tax on the way out when you get it. They pay income tax all over again. So it does sort of soften the blow that you've now got control over how much you get each year and the actual tax bands you're going to be paying within. Just some sort of numbers to give you things they've changed from April 2014. The standard lifetime allowance was reduced from 1.5 million down to 1.25 million. And what that is, in case anybody doesn't know, it's what the value of your pension pot is. So it's all your contributions plus the growth that has happened over your lifetime. And this second sentence really shouldn't say maximum annual contribution, it's the maximum annual allowance, but that is what it is. It used to be that you could put in 50,000 per annum into your pension, and they've now changed that to 40,000 per annum from April. But what they do allow you to do is go back 3 years and check if you've used up all of that 50,000 in the previous 2 years, for example. If you haven't, you can then add that to this year and you won't suffer a tax charge. If you do exceed it, there is a 55% tax charge. It is horrendous. I thought they wanted us to say for our future, but apparently not. Okay, so a couple of things about drawdowns. As I said, you can draw an amount out of a pension pot whilst the remainder of your pot continues to remain invested and generating growth for you. But they have imposed limits with effect from 27th of March 2014. And there's two types of limits. The first limit was that you used to be able to draw down 120% of the basis amount. What is the basis amount? If you went out and bought an annuity with your pot, what would your annual income be? And you used to be able to get 120% of what that would be if you went and bought an annuity. Now increase that to 150%. But they do, unfortunately, for people that are perhaps on lower income, they've applied a cap so that they can try and make people that are on lower income basically have more money over the rest of their life until they die. So if the pensioner has other income less than 12,000, this was previously 20,000, so they've lowered it. Where the pensioner's other income is greater than this amount, the cap does not apply. If the drawdown pensions are subject to, as we know, pensions is obviously subject to income tax in the normal way. If they've got this thing called trivial pensions, so you've got a defined contribution pension pot, okay, and you've got, just say you've got one defined contribution pension pot, and that's worth less than 10k, you can actually draw the whole 100% out completely and utterly tax-free. You don't have to just take 25% and draw the rest down over the rest of your life. You can take that. They increased that used to be 2k, so that's quite a significant increase. But if you've got a number of defined contribution pension pots in various places, but the total value is less than 30k, they'll let you take the whole lot completely and utterly as a lump sum tax-free, and that's been increased from 18k to 30k. So whilst not great and magnificent really, it goes a little way to helping a little bit more and letting you get a little bit more out tax-free, but it's more aimed to people with lower incomes really.